What's up, y'all? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
Gersh1.
And today, we are back at it to answer your questions.
In another installment of
For the Greater
WAAAGH. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, simply comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. That is what good old Patrick Joyner did. He asks, do you think Omegon was really slain so easily by Guilliman? It reeks of exactly what the Legion is known for.
Where to begin? So, just to get this straight, Alfarius and Omegon are the twin Primarchs of the Alpha Legion. The Alpha Legion is known to be sneaky, sinister, and sneaky, capital S. This time, Guilliman was going mano a mano against who he believed was the Primarch of the Alpha Legion, Alfarius. But in reality, it might have been Omegon. Or it could have just been another official, or not even official, just a regular Space Marine from the Alpha Legion. So the thing that makes this more convoluted is that the Alpha Legion were basically doing like sleeper agents and having like, you know, hit and run tactics and whatnot. And on top of this, they were also transferring their essence, their psyches among each other. So like Alfarius switched bodies, so to speak, Freaky Friday'd with other elements of his like honor guard, his other Marines. So it's unclear as to who Alfarius was at the same time, because even though Alfarius is there, that could have just been his body, but somebody else's mind controlling him. So that's probably why Guilliman had such, I wouldn't say such an easy time defeating him, but I mean, for somebody who's really good at like being stealthy and sneaky and like fighting dirty, Omegon or Alfarius, whoever it was, kind of fell pretty easily.
Yeah, and then not to mention that with most Traitor Legions, whenever the Traitor Primarch was slain, or even like a regular Primarch was slain, the Legion itself kind of like splintered. But that never has happened for the Alpha Legion. They're still together.
Right. It's like no matter like what chain of command you take out, they're still really strategically driven. Like it doesn't matter if you take out their captains, the squad will, you know, still function as if the captain was still there.
Yeah, he's always hiding. Good question.
Very good question.
Next question comes from the Chill Troll. Can the Emperor not see into the future? Seems like a lot of things could have been avoided if he just looked into the future.
He can.
Yeah, he has the power of divination. That doesn't mean that it's for sure going to happen, because the future is a web. It's not so linear like we think of it. It's the same way that the Harlequins and a lot of the Eldar who have the power of divination, they can't really, they can't tell for sure what's going to happen. They just know that if they kill this guy, it might prevent the death of like a craft world or whatever.
Think of it as watching That's So Raven. She'll see an event happen, but she won't know exactly how they'll get to it. That kind of thing.
Yep.
By the way, Corey in the house is really amazing. Check it out.
Is it though?
It is.
Didn't he go to jail?
He is in the house, Gersh.
Okay. Next question.
This one is by My Heavy Sack. That's a lot of, you know what in there.
Balls.
Christmas presents.
No.
Oh, gosh. How come the majority of the Imperium populace is white? You would think that thousands of worlds and trillions of people, there would be more ethnicity among the human race.
There is, but remember that the Imperium is extremely xenophobic, or not xenophobic, but they're extremely like against mutations. The big important part is that you shouldn't even be asking like, oh, why aren't there like different races in 40K? You should be asking, why aren't there so many different mutations? Because you have planets that are completely different than Earth. Biologically, they must change humans, but when that does happen, the Inquisition will just, you know, kill off the entire population, unless they're seen as like good for the population, like Ogrins, Ratlings. What are the other ones?
Felinids.
Felinids, yeah. And then the Goatmen, or Beastmen.
Beastmen, yeah.
But yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure that throughout the millennia, there's been so much interbreeding of different races that there's pretty much just like a major or a majority of just like culmination of all the races put together.
Yeah, and another big thing is too that a lot of the hive worlds, where the majority of the population of the Imperium lies, they never see the sun.
Right. Yeah.
So
they're probably like pale. They're probably malnourished.
We would look colored to them. So that, yeah.
Right. Yeah, because they're usually in domes because there's like radiation and all that stuff.
So wait, does that mean that they're translucent?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
But
well, yeah. Okay. There you
go. There you got one.
I have one from Skyward Nymph. Second time. This is the second time asking a question or trying to ask this question. What is the music you guys use in the background of 40K Facts videos called? The Rude Sandstorm. We've answered this a lot, actually. Yeah. Next one.
Dragon Punch 903. If you guys were Kardashians, which one would you be and why?
Oh, definitely the fat one.
Which one is that? Oh, Chloe, right?
I think so. The bigger one.
The one that was with Lamar?
I don't know who they were.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Who would you be?
I'd be Kanye.
He's not a Kardashian, though.
By marriage, that's cheating. Into it.
Well, then in that case, then I would be the other guy. What's his name?
Oh, you're talking about Scott?
Scott,
You know what his name is.
Yeah, I would be Scott. He seems like he has a pretty cool life. He's on boats all the time.
Sometimes the boats are on him.
Yep. Boats and hoes. Next question. No, I want to be Kanye. Either way. Alright, next question. I have one from Joseph Barron. Why don't you tell us if it's for the Greater WAAAGH in the link? We do. It says in the title for the Greater WAAAGH at the very end.
At the very end, yeah. So sometimes you might miss it because the title gets cut off.
Yeah.
And sometimes we miss it.
Yeah, sometimes we forget to put it up there.
This one's by Maxi110. I don't even know how you pronounce that. There's like 3 X's. Maxi. If you could be in any founding legion, which would it be? I'd probably go Blood Angels, Emperor's Children, or Thousand Sons.
Okay, I would do Thousand Sons, Imperial Fists, or Alpha Legion.
I could see you being in the Iron Warriors.
Why? Because I look like an ogre and have a hunchback. I feel like everybody from the Iron Warriors are like hunched over and they're one of their eyes is like half closed. Because aren't they supposed to be like Hephaestus? Like ugly?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Gersh.
That's true. They are superhuman, so. Next question comes from Tool Man Taylor. If Slanesh makes a milkshake, do all the boys come to the yard? And is it better? You asked this last video?
Yeah, previous video we answered it. And we agreed that no, it is not better. And yes, they would come to the yard.
Next question.
Copper 1S. Attempt number 5. See? Perseverance always prevails.
Yep.
How would the humans from the Dark Age of technology compare to other factions currently? For example, the Tau, the Eldari, the Necrons, the Imperium.
They would definitely compare to the Tau in the sense that the Tau, yes, military is important, but it's not 100% of their thing. Because they still have the Earth Cast, the Water Cast, the Air Cast, and what was the other one?
Fire Cast, but that's the military.
Oh, the Ethereals then.
Oh, the Ethereal Cast.
Yeah, so then, yeah. Whereas like the Imperium, you don't have that. You just have everything going towards military. Orcs, you just have orcs. Tyranids, you have Tyranids. Eldar, you have... Oh, well, Eldar, you have like different... what are they called?
Cast or craft rolls?
Paths. Right, paths.
Paths, yeah.
So yeah. Next question.
Oh, he's got a question number 2. How wouldn't the Imperium react to a human ship from the Dark Ages technology re-emerging from the warp?
Ooh, the tech priests. That's like every tech priest's wet dream. They would devour all the technology on that planet. They wouldn't even care about the people. They care about the STCs.
It's all about the STCs.
Them finger-licking good STCs. Next question comes from DJ Dragon Hulk. That's a good name. Like DJ Suave Smooth. Question number 1. If someone were to have a family, such as a wife and a child, before becoming a space marine, would they be allowed to see or visit them? And if so, how often would they visit? There are some chapters that, yes, that is allowed. So, you know, they start their whole initiation process later on in their puberty. Yeah, they visit them. Probably, like, I don't know, once a day. It doesn't really say in the lore.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Because if you're going on, like, a crusade, you know, you might not see them for years or something.
Yeah. Here's the second question. If more live Loyalist Primarchs began coming back, assuming they're still alive, how likely would it be for the Imperium to become less xenophobic? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Imperium doesn't seem to be xenophobic as they were after the Horus Heresy, especially after Guilliman's return. They're still pretty xenophobic, even with Guilliman.
Right. It's just that right now they're focusing more on eradicating chaos instead of, like, you know, Xenos.
Yeah. So. And like, the thing that they keep in mind is, like, whenever, like, even during the Cold War, like, anything connected to socialism and communism here in America, like, they would try to stomp it out, regardless of whether it's something as small as, like, you know, a boys club or a girls club that has to do with, like, sharing. Like, it would, what is it called? Was it blacklisted or red listed or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
But they were trying to get rid of all that, and it's the same type of strategy that the Imperium is using. So if it has a horn, kill it, regardless of whether that horn is chaotic or not. We're not gonna run the risk or question it. We're just gonna stomp it out. So to answer the question, no, it wouldn't improve the xenophobia of the Imperium. Next question.
This one's got 9 upvotes. How many orcs will spawn from a dead orc body, and how long would it take one orc to take over the earth once they begin to spawn out of control? Asks Gulisa.
I'm going to make a 40 facts video where I break this down, but off the top of my head, it's thousands of spores, but only a couple thousand, or only, like, I don't know, like 20, 30 actually make it to adulthood, because you have to remember that they fight amongst themselves, so the spores also try to eat at each other. And then how long would one orc take to take over a planet? I'm guessing, like, how long until a good warband were to develop? I would say a month.
Damn, that quick?
Yeah, they're extremely quick. There's a whole, like, theorem that was created by some Imperial adept somewhere. I found in the lore. So I'll look it up and I'll create a 40 facts video for it. Because this is a question that's been asked multiple times. Next question. Last question.
Sub Z305. Who is the strongest chapter master and who is your favorite?
Who do you think is the strongest?
I don't necessarily think he's the strongest, but he was personally picked by Guilliman to be, like, the next in command of, like, the northernmost section of the Imperium. And that is Dante.
Yeah, same here.
From the Blood Angels. But if I were to say who I personally think is the strongest, I'd have to go with, like, maybe...
Marnius Calgar?
No, because he's been beat often.
Is Draco considered a chapter master?
Essentially, yeah. I guess he's that equivalent for the Grey Knights.
Then in that case, that's my vote.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say, but it doesn't quite, like... It's not... He doesn't really have that title, chapter master. His is, like... something supreme. I forget what it's called.
Crunchwrap Supreme?
There you go.
He's the Crunchwrap Supreme.
And who's your favorite?
I like Marnius Calgar. He's always sitting on that chair. Right?
Yeah. I'm thinking of that meme where he's got, like, the chains and it's just like play.
Yeah. What about yours?
I'd probably go with Dante. No, not Dante. The dude from the Minotaurs.
I forget his name. It's with a K.
Asterion Moloch.
Well, that's not. What does it start with a K?
I think that's his buddies, but that guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. Don't forget to put a question in front of your question because we'll get to those questions first. If you want to support us a little bit more, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month gets you guys extra videos, and you can ask us questions on Patreon, and you're guaranteed to be answered. And it's only $1 a month. Yeah.
That's all we got for you today. As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Krish 1.
We are Windmine Syndicate, and we are out of here.